Since the beginning of time, people have been asking, how do we measure a good decision? And the response and the reality is, it would be almost impossible to measure a good decision because what Chris thinks is a good decision might be completely different from what Kirk thinks is a good decision. And they could both be good decisions, but we have different elements that we look at to determine whether or not it's good, right? So there was a guy by the name of Dr. Robert Hartman who made this his life's study. And if you ever want to look him up, he's Dr. Robert S. Hartman. And he created this assessment that really has the ability to measure our decision-making process. And the reality is that every single one of us has a process that we go through that's very unique to each of us for how we make our decisions. And there are 6 different things that we look at in every decision that we make. There are 6 different things that we assess. And each of us has a different pattern of how we assess these things. Each of us understands these 6 different things at different levels, and we place different importance on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the 6 different things we look at when we make any decision and understand a little bit about the understanding, the clarity that we have, and the importance that we place so that you can see, and the most incredible thing about this concept, this understanding, and this guy's, actually Dr. Hartman was nominated for a Nobel Prize because of his work. That's how absolutely groundbreaking his work is. But when you start to see the different ways that we all come to a decision, my guess is if you're like me, it'll make sense to you and you'll say, yeah, I get that. I know I do that at some level, but you don't really think about how you make decisions, right? We just make decisions all day without thinking about how did we come to that decision. So what I'm going to unpack for you, and it's a complicated area, but what I'm going to give you is just the simple, here are the 6 things we look at for today. Okay, so we're only going to take about a half hour on this. This is just an introduction to how we make decisions. And when you think about decision making, how important is that in the scheme of things in business? It's totally critical. I mean, we are paid to make good decisions. Well, and the brilliance of this technology is he can actually show through these 6 different decisions and the importance we place and how well we understand them, whether or not we have balanced decision making or whether we're way out of whack because we place too much importance here and not enough importance here. Does that make sense? So every one of us has this decision-making pattern that's unique to us. It's like our thumbprint. But if you understand it, now you can do something about it. There are tools that you can use to make sure that the decisions that you make are balanced. And at the end of the day, a balanced decision is a good decision.